what a weekend. Man, Anime North was a lot of fun. Heat was unbearable as all hell, but still a lot of fun. I haven't caught up with what's happening on YouTube lately. Well, might as well see what I missed. Let's see what we have here. Oh! Anime Heroes news vid! On more live-action anime movies. Jeez, there sure are a lot of them about to be made lately. Wait a minute. The title has JJBA in it. Why? Maybe it's nothing. Let's see what kind of news Hero has to share.
News has been so slow recently, but you know what's the latest popular trend? Live-action anime! Specifically, Battle Angel Alita, Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Honestly, I'm not sure what to think about a live-action Fullmetal Alchemist or Battle Angel Alita movie. It's just something that I can't really picture as a live-action movie, but it can't be helped, I guess.
And now even, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 Stardust Crusaders.
No.
Currently, Jojo is only rumored to appear in 2018.
No.
But plans have been in the works since 2012.
No! Hey guys, LunarSpawn27 here, and I'm back from my vacation. I was gonna sit back and relax for a while until I heard about this, and all I can think of is, why? A JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3 Stardust Crusaders live-action movie? Seriously? Well, to be fair, they are rumors, but there's still the possibility of it actually happening. I've actually done some research about this, and in case you guys are out of the loop, let me tell you all about it. It all started in 2012. According to Anime News Network, there was a rumor that the live-action movie posted on the Saizo Woman blog, and that Japanese voice actor Jun Matsumoto was going to star as the main lead, Jotaro Kujo. However, Bungai Shunju's weekly Bunshin magazine reported in August 2011 that live-action and anime film adaptations were in the works by separate film companies, but no other source has corroborated Weekly Bunshin's report. Weekly Bunshin also reported that and I quote, super popular idol was being casted for the live-action version. Shueisha, the publisher of the manga, downplayed the report, quoting, "We don't know where that story came from, but nothing has been decided at this time." So yeah, plans for a live-action JoJo movie were at a standstill because of some various problems, and it was never mentioned again. That is until 4 years later, the rumors came back. This time saying that the project is coming back, will be released in 2018, but not with Jun Matsumoto playing the lead. It's gonna be Kento Yamazaki instead, as Jojo, Jotaro Kujo, in a live-action Stardust Crusaders movie. Ugh. Okay, I have so many problems and issues with this that has got me worried and slightly angry. There has been a lot of news popping up about live-action movies being made in Japan and in America. Some being confirmed, some being, well, not. But honestly, I'm okay for a live-action movie adaptation if it's either done right or if it's at least decent and entertaining to watch. Hell, I'll even admit that I did like the live-action Ronin Kenshin movies and the live-action Death Note movies. The first two, I haven't seen the third one because I felt like the second movie had a more of a closure at its ending, but I'm just saying. And the thing is, with Ronin Kenshin and Death Note, those series were possible to adapt into a live-action movie. Even though the CGI used for the Shinigami in the Death Note movies was, not that great, honestly, but I tolerated it at least. Which leads to problem number 1. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is nearly to not possible to make into a good live-action movie. There are many anime/manga series that have several elements that can be made possible to adapt into live-action, and there are those that have several elements that can't. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure being one of them, especially when it's a part chosen that consists of a supernatural power of stands. I don't want to sound mean, but sometimes the CGI used in some movies and TV shows in Japan isn't really great, which makes me worry what the humanoid-looking stands or even the stands that appear as objects would look like in CGI. Hell, even the stand abilities. I can't help but think what a CGI Star Platinum would look like. Oh god, even the world! Anyway, this series is an action/adventure shonen series with horror and supernatural elements. Many things that are shown in the manga that would be hard to picture being adapted into a live-action movie. But if Fullmetal Alchemist, which is also an action/adventure shonen series, but with science fantasy elements, is getting a live-action movie, then why not Jojo? Problem number 2. The part chosen to be adapted. Instead of starting from the beginning with Part 1 Phantom Blood, Part 3 Stardust Crusaders was decided. And as much as I liked Part 3, I honestly feel like Part 1 should have been chosen because it's one of the parts that may have a bit of a chance to pull off a decent live-action movie. And that's saying something considering what's shown in all 8 parts. Or maybe Phantom Blood wasn't chosen because of what happened to Studio APP's attempt of the Phantom Blood anime movie. But seriously, Phantom Blood was the part that kind of started it all for JoJo. How Dio became a vampire, who was Jonathan Joestar, the man Dio stole his body in order to survive, what was Hamon, how the Joestar Brando family feud started, those parts that were mentioned and even shown at times in Stardust Crusaders. Well, then again, I'm the kind of person that would start at the beginning of a story. I won't start at Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban just because it's one of the better adapted films. I'd start with the first movie, The Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone. But like it or not, Stardust Crusaders is one of the more popular and more well-known parts in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, in Japan and in other parts of the world, which is the reason why it was chosen. Although, if Phantom Blood was chosen, what would Hamon look like live action? Problem number 3. The length of the movie. Stardust Crusaders has about 150 chapters in the manga, 48 episodes, which consists of 2 seasons in the anime, and 13 episodes in the OVAs. There's a lot to cover in Part 3, which makes me wonder how long the live-action movie is going to be, and if more than one movie will be made to cover the whole story. The latter seems the most likely option, but considering that Part 3 consists of a stand user of the week formula, it's likely that a lot of stuff would get cut off or several parts of the story would be changed. Maybe some of the stand battles or characters in general would be omitted. Maybe necessary character development would be left out because of that. Honestly, I'm not sure how I'd feel about that, but maybe it's possible to pull off something like this. But this is something that I can't say for sure, as optimistic as I want to be. One thing's for sure, this is going to be a major issue with producing the film. Problem number 4. The characters. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has consisted of many types of characters, not just personality-wise, but also ethnicity-wise. There's plenty of diversity from the characters, some being British, Japanese, American, French, Italian, and even Egyptian. However, considering that this is gonna be a movie created by Japan, it's most likely that all the characters will be played by Japanese actors. Now, some fans won't probably mind as long as they act like the characters they portray, but this might not sit well with the rest of the fans. I mean, when the live-action Attack on Titan movie was in the works, I've heard comments saying that they weren't happy that the characters were all Japanese, since the series only featured one Japanese character, Mikasa, while the rest were either of German or French descent. Speaking of Attack on Titan, the live-action movies themselves had some mixed to negative reception, meaning that even Japan can even mess up anime adaptations sometimes. Personally, I haven't seen them yet, but I haven't heard good things about them. Then again, people weren't happy about the whitewashing of characters like Makoto Kusanagi being played by Scarlett Johansson for the upcoming live-action Ghost in the Shell movie. Hell, before Dragon Ball Evolution came out, people weren't happy that Goku was being played by a white actor. Then again, it wouldn't have made a difference anyway because that movie sucked. Anyway, if this is the case, then it will be difficult for JoJo fans to see characters like Muhammad Abdul being played by a Japanese actor. Or maybe, considering that it's only a rumor so far, maybe actors from different ethnicities will be chosen to play the diverse characters. Yeah, this is just me being optimistic here. But you can't help a girl for trying, you know? Which leads to the next issue. Problem number 5, the casting. As I mentioned before, it was rumored that Jun Matsumoto was going to play the main character Jotaro Kujo. Now, doing some research, I found out that he has worked on mostly drama and some romance and action TV shows and movies. Plus, looking up some of his pictures, maybe he can pull off Jotaro? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what his acting skills are like, so I haven't seen his movies or shows, so I can't really judge him. But considering who the new candidate was chosen to be Jotaro, well, oh god, I wished it was Matsumoto that was chosen. Instead, it was Kento Yamazaki. And here are some of the pictures I looked up. Oh yeah, totally Jotaro Kujo right there. Well, again, I don't know what his acting skills are like, since I also haven't seen his shows and movies as well, so I can't really judge him, just like how I can't judge Matsumoto. But, really? Him as Jotaro? The serious and stoic yet cool and badass high school delinquent who's very tall, muscular, and manly. Honestly, he can pull off more of a Giorno than Jotaro. Hell, the guy in the thumbnail from the news article from Crunchyroll looks like a much better looking Jotaro. Anyway, from what I can find out, most of the shows and movies that he starred in were adaptations from drama and romance anime/manga series, like Orange, Wolf Girl and Black Prince, and even an upcoming You Lie in April live-action movie. Yeah, You Lie in April is going to get a live-action movie as well, but that's something that can actually be pulled off, unlike Jojo. Oh, and one more thing. He's also L from the Death Note live-action TV series. No, I am not kidding. Honestly, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it's good or just as good as the movies, but I really hope that he did pull off L right. Anyway, despite his resume, I'm not sure how Yamazaki will pull off a shonen action/supernatural live-action adaptation. Then again, in America, there was a lot of flack when Gal Gadot was casted to play Wonder Woman in Batman v Superman. Some even saying that Ronda Rousey should have been chosen. Oh yeah, I've seen comments saying that, no joke. But when fans saw the movie, there was plenty of praise on her portrayal to the superheroine. Hell, I heard fans saying that Wonder Woman was one of the good things about this movie. And this movie received mixed reception from reviewers and fans alike. So, just like with Gal Gadot, I really want to give the benefit of the doubt to Yamazaki, but it's really hard considering who the main Jojo in part 3 is supposed to be. Problem number 5 then leads to my final problem. Problem number 6. According to Crunchyroll News, and I quote, because JoJo's Part 3 lacks female characters and is heavily comprised of battles. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for a sec. If the sources were talking about female protagonists, I can understand. But lack of female characters? Sure, there may not be a lot in this part, but there are female characters in Part 3 that have some significance. Were the sources forgetting about Mariah, Nena, Mindler, Enyaba, the one who taught Dio how to use his stand the world and even gave him his stand using the bow and arrow? Even Holly? You know, one of the main reasons why the main group goes after Dio in the goddamn first place! Sorry, I got worked up. But that's not what angered me. It's this. They're making sure to cast attractive male leads who will appeal and keeping an eye on the fan reaction. You know, I'm pretty sure the majority of the female fan base of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are into JoJo, not just because of fan service. I mean, most of the characters in Part 3 are more manly and even muscular than attractive. Some are even both. So, whoever they cast for the male leads can't just be good looking. They also have to pull off the personalities of the characters, which is another reason why I'm into JoJo, the characters. And if this really is going to happen, they better not fuck up who they choose to play the main villain, Dio, or I swear to God, heads are gonna roll. I mean, they already kind of sunk themselves on who might play Jotaro, so they can't sink any deeper, I hope. Anyway, those are my main issues about this live-action Stardust Crusaders movie. If there's an off chance that it's really going to happen and that they somehow in some way pull this off, which the odds are very slim, into making a decent film, then, well, kudos. I'd tip my hat to you. If not, then yeah, I would expect that. Plus, the JoJo fans would have their torches and pitchforks ready. Wait, knowing how JoJo fans can be, they already had them ready when the news came out. Well, then again, this is just a rumor, but if this is really happening, I guess all we can do now is wait for more news to show up and, hell, maybe even a trailer to show up and see what happens next. Unless Araki disapproves and does the same thing he did with the Phantom Blood movie. So, tell me guys, what are your thoughts about these rumors of the casting and the making of a live-action JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders movie? Are you optimistic, hoping that it will be good? Do you think that it should never happen and that the ideas should be casted into the dimension of darkness? Or do you think that it'll explode and sink into the deepest depths of the ocean like some other previous attempts of live-action anime movies? After all, I've also heard that the live-action movie of Terraform Mars wasn't good either. Well, it can't be as bad as the live-action Devilman movie. God, that movie was bad. Anyway, tell me your thoughts about this piece of news in the comments below, and if you liked this discussion, like the video and subscribe for more. And with that being said, I'm LumourSpam27, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.